All right. All right. What's going on, y'all? What up, Niecy? What up, Ebony? What's going on? All right, Ebony, you making your way to these lives. I like that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hold on. Roosted Colors, what's going on? Been a minute. How you doing, Roosted Dawn? What's going on? I tried to do this yesterday, guys, but unfortunately, the internet, my whole Wi-Fi shut the fuck down, so I wasn't able to do this yesterday. So I had to keep on pushing the time back to do this show. But we are here right now, and we're gonna do this show. Beverly Palmer, how you doing? But first of all, let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me, and we're gonna get right into the show. So somebody let me know you can hear me, throw a one or whatever, however y'all do it. Let me know you can hear me. Y'all can hear me. All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Chris Storm Show. Let's get it. Alright, everybody, welcome to the Chris Storm Show. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, got an update on the stories about the two toddlers that I covered the other day, which I think we pretty much knew what the outcome was going to be on this one. So we really shouldn't be surprised at the outcome, you understand? But before I get into the story, how many of y'all remember that asshole, that white woman in the park that I played for y'all the other day, the one that had the dog and set up there and called the police and tried to say that this man was threatening her and shit like that? How many of y'all remember that asshole? Well, Chris Storms remembers, and I'm pretty much sure Pepper Franz remember too. Well, kind of find out there's an update on this asshole as well. So if y'all don't mind, I want to play these updates about this stupid son of a bitch, and then we're gonna get right in to the story. So let's hear what's going on with this stupid motherfucker.
Woman who wrongfully called the police on a black man in New York City's Central Park has been fired from her job at an investment company. Amy Cooper angrily confronted the man who was bird watching in the park and had asked her to put her dog on a leash as required. Here's CBS's Mola Lengi.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
The confrontation, caught on video, sparked a national outcry of racism, and today cost Amy Cooper her job. It all started when Christian Cooper, no relation, who's filming, asked her to leash her dog in a section of Central Park which requires it to protect the wildlife.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
Can I
me.
take a picture and call the cops?
Please call the cops.
Just a stupid
Please call
motherfucker.
the
This is a
cops.
stupid
I'm going to
motherfucker.
tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Cooper did just that.
There is an African-American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. I'm sorry, I can't hear you that. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
Within 24 hours of the video, Amy Cooper apologized, returned the dog to a rescue center, and lost her job. Her employer, Franklin Templeton, stated in a tweet, "We do not tolerate racism of any kind at Franklin Templeton." Christian Cooper, an avid birdwatcher, spoke out for the first time today.
We need to start treating each other as us rather than as, other.
Well, Amy Cooper said she was scared because she was alone here in Central Park. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio called the video racist, quote, pure and simple, saying in a tweet that Miss Cooper called the police on Mr. Cooper, even though she was the one breaking the rules, according to the mayor, adding that type of hatred has no place in New York City. Nora?
Or anywhere. Mola, thank you.
She the one breaking the rules and call the police on this man just for this dumbass accusation. You know, I don't get it. I really don't get that at all. You know, other than, you know, she's just a stupid motherfucker. You know, that's all I can say. She's just a stupid motherfucker with her brother Sykes. And right, Spencer, it's a motherfucking ridiculous. I forgot to say that. That bitch is a motherfucking ridiculous for what she did, all right? And I ain't even know the man had spoke out, all right? But check this out. It goes even further. Let me see if y'all can see this. Let me blow it up for y'all. I'm hoping y'all can read that right there. If you can't, I'll be happy to read it for you. It says NYPD is weighing whether to charge Central Park Karen, I guess that's the name they made for making a false call to police after she claimed an African-American man who asked her to leash her dog was threatening her life. So if NYPD is considering charging this bitch. Now let me ask y'all a question before we go any further. How many of y'all think she should be charged? How many of y'all think it should go that far? I don't know. I don't know too much about the laws. I don't know what would you call that. You know, what would she get charged with? What would you? I guess false allegations. I guess that's a charge down there. I don't know. But let's see what it says as the reason why they thinking about bringing charges against her. It says the NYPD is weighing whether to bring charges against the white investment banker who called police on black man after he asked her to leash her dog in Central Park. Video Amy Cooper dialed 911 to report that an African-American man was threatening her life and went viral after it was shared to the internet on Monday. And while Cooper was swiftly terminated from a $170K a year job at Franklin Templeton, she may now be facing legal ramifications over her actions. Our detectives are working hand in hand right now with Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Obviously, we don't want to make an arrest if the DA isn't sure if they can prosecute that. NYPD Chief of Department Terrence Monahan, Monahan, told WPIX on Friday, if it's a false call and we can prove it, there's going to be an arrest. Well, she's going to get arrested because it was a false call. We all saw that. It was a false call. If someone intentionally makes a false call and we can prove it, they will be arrested right away. There's no place for that in this city. Well, I got my answer right there. So, yeah, there was a false call, so she is going to get locked up. Yeah, what up, DY? Yeah, she's going to get locked up. So, I got my answer. So, yeah, she made a false call, fucking with folks and shit right there. And then, again, she was in the wrong. But you gonna call it on this man, but you was in the wrong the whole damn time. It's just a stupid motherfucker for real, you know? So, yeah, I got my answer. They gonna get her. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt about it. They see that video. Soon they see the video and saw that she made the call. She's gonna get arrested. So, you know, hey, you know, bitch, I sure hope it was worth it. I sure hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. Really. Stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. All right. So I want to bring y'all the update of this stupid motherfucker right there. That's a stupid bitch. I swear, that's a stupid motherfucker. I just ain't never seen nothing just so damn dumb in my goddamn life. All right? That was just dumb as hell. Anyway, guys, let's get into the real story. So again, ladies and gentlemen, the bodies of the little babies has been confirmed. And it is the bodies of Miracle and Tony Crook. Rest in peace, young children. Again, y'all didn't have a chance in the world because the dad locked up. He couldn't do nothing for you. And the mom just didn't really give a shit about you at all. Because remember when I did the last show, she said, fuck them kids. I ain't got no kids. Well, you sure ain't got no kids no more now, bitch. You really don't. But anyway, the guys, let's listen to this. And rest in heaven, y'all, too. Rest in heaven.
The community in mourning after Tulsa police confirmed the bodies pulled from the water this week are missing toddlers Miracle and Tony Crook. Chief Wendell Franklin is also talking about the toll this case took on investigators as parents.
And what's next for the children's mother who remains in jail? Channel 8's Ethan Hutchins is live at the growing memorial for the toddlers. Ethan?
Neely, now is not the time to discuss further charges. Today, the DA's office and Tulsa police tell us that they want to wait on that, and they want to have the whole community here gather and remember these kids. In an emotional ending to a weeks-long search.
It's saddening, but it's also, from our perspective, we're elated that we were able to bring closure.
Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin today confirming what many have expected, that the children's bodies recovered this week belong to the missing toddlers.
We did get DNA analysis back, and the DNA analysis does confirm that those are our two children, TJ and Miracle, that were in that water and recovered.
In a joint press conference, Chief Franklin and District Attorney Steve Kunzweiler, both emotional, provided thoughts on the tragic case.
I'm confident that they're resting in the bosom of their Creator, as innocent and as beautiful as when they lived.
If you have little ones, you go home and you hug them. You do whatever you can to be a good parent.
However, when it comes to Miracle and Tony's mother, Denisha Willis, Kunzweiler is putting a pause on the discussion of future charges.
Our community is grieving, and these two children deserve the attention that they deserve. They were innocent lives.
Which is why concerned citizen Debbie Robertson believes someone needs to be held accountable.
We definitely want justice for them, absolutely.
Robertson and other volunteers have installed a gate in the spot where the toddlers were seen entering Mingo Creek. She says the fence needs to be safer, but families also need to be responsible.
I think right now, this is what's important. Just focusing on those babies.
I've got a job to do. We're gonna review what the Tulsa Police Department's given to us.
At the same time, Kunzweiler says the case must lean on facts, not emotion, as the decision to pursue additional charges will not be taken lightly. And right now, we know that Denisha Willis remains in jail tonight. Although her attorney, Corbin Brewster, is trying to get her bond reduced, her arraignment is set for Tuesday. Reporting live tonight, Ethan Hutchins, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Speaking of, if the weather cooperates, that historic launch is just hours away now. You're looking at
trying to get our bond reduced. But why? That's my question, but why? And some people asked the question, I remember somebody asked the question in my last show, if the family member knew something was wrong, then why didn't they do anything? I'll say this right here, some people just ain't got the energy to fight. They don't, especially if they feel like they really ain't got no dog in the fight. Some people just ain't got the energy to fight. They throw their hands up and say, fuck it. A lot of people just don't have the energy to fight. And wherever lady who was on the news that day and said that, she was trying to find out what the children were, and that she got the response from the lady that she did, then what more could she have said? I would probably be the same way. What more? That's just like me. If one of you, I knew you, and you said that to me, fuck them kids. I ain't got no damn kids, or you won't let me see the kids. I mean, what more can I say? What more can I do? Other than, hey, maybe call them laws and say, hey, I think something is wrong. But to have the energy just to be physically fighting with somebody and over something that doesn't belong to me, a lot of us just ain't got the energy to do it. Or a lot of us don't want to put the energy in to do it. And then plus, older that woman was, she probably just didn't have the energy and didn't want to give in the energy. So again, we can ask questions like that, and I get it, and I'm with you on that. But a lot of people just ain't got the energy to do it. Especially if you tried over and over again to try to give help to somebody, and they keep turning you down. What do? Do you just keep on trying to get them help, or you just gotta say fuck it? Do you still try to get them help, or you just say fuck it? I think a lot of people just say fuck it, I tried. That's how I look at that. Again, to go to mother. It says right here she didn't have legal custody. It says right here she doesn't have legal custody. She is in police custody, and she's not being cooperative. I mean, ironic. She's not being cooperative. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the auntie had custody of these children. So, now with that being said, some of y'all asked about that. You know, the auntie knew that this woman wasn't fit. You know, why did she leave them by themselves or whatnot? Now, I'll question that. If the auntie knew that she wasn't fit, you know, why did she leave the children with her? You know, if she wasn't fit. Now, I would question that. But we just never know. You know, we just never know. You know. Again, rest in peace to these two. I got, you know what, this, I'm probably not gonna make this long, man. I'm just gonna let this conference call play out, and I'm gonna end it right there.
Thank you all for coming out once again. I know that this is, we're going to bring closure to a case today. But I first want to talk about and let you guys know that I'm aware of things that are going on in other parts of the country.
Hey, what's up, Savannah? What's up, Donna?
I'm horrified by the video image that I saw yesterday regarding Mr. Floyd. So from our department perspective, our hearts go out to that family. Now I want to focus now on bringing closure to the family here in Tulsa and talk to you about what we've done and where we're at now. I knew that when we called you out on Monday, on Memorial Day, I know we woke a lot of you up and had you leave your families, and I'm talking media-wise, to come out and cover this particular story. We wanted to use you as our partners in the media as we were trying to determine what happened to little TJ and to Miracle. And when you guys came out to cover that, and we did not get any additional good leads from our Crime Stoppers, from our non-emergency, from our dispatch, we as collectively as a police department gathered and started talking about the other possibilities that these children had gone into the water. So it wasn't until later in the week that we found video of them going into the water, going down the embankment towards the water. And when they didn't come back up from that embankment, we knew what we were dealing with. Now came the focus of trying to recover those 2 children, and I knew it was going to be a monumental task because of the time lapse, the time that had passed, and just how the river works. So we called on a number of different resources to help us. And without question, each and every law enforcement agency, each and every rescue service that we called immediately deployed boats, deployed personnel in an attempt to find these children. I want to read you from the city of Tulsa, our agencies that responded and were a part of this. It was the Tulsa Fire Department, Urban Search and Rescue, our Stormwater Department for the city, our Child Crisis, our Child Exploitation, our Fugitive Warrants Unit, our Special Response Team, our Special Victims Unit, our Family Violence Unit, our Tulsa Police Dive Team, our K-9 units, our Cyber Crimes Unit, and our Crime Scene Unit. Not to mention all of the patrol officers that were working that area. All of them came together and were called on in a monumental effort to find these children. Our outside agencies that took part: Wagner County Sheriff's Office, the Wagner County Emergency Management, the Cherokee Marshal Service, Rogers County Sheriff's Office, Verdigris Fire Department, Oklahoma Highway Patrol, Webbers Fall Fire Department, Fort Gibson Fire Department, Muskogee County Emergency Management, the Army Corps of Engineers, the Oklahoma Game Warden, and of course our federal partners, the FBI. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention our Public Safety Center, our 911 center, that was also involved in this effort. It's a lot of people, a lot of agencies, a lot of cooperation, a lot of collaborating, all for one mission. We knew when Sheriff Chris Elliott contacted me of a child's body, we knew that more likely than not that was going to be one of our victims. And of course, on, I believe it was Wednesday, the recovery of a second body out near Rogers County. So this morning, or I guess late last night, we did get DNA analysis back, and the DNA analysis does confirm that those are our 2 children, TJ and Miracle, that were in that water and recovered. It's saddening, but it's also, from our perspective, we're elated that we were able to bring closure, and this is closure. It's closure because we were able to actually locate those 2 and bring them home to their families. So I know from my perspective, I know each and every person that's involved in this was so happy that they were able to do that. I cannot thank Sheriff Chris Elliott enough. He immediately offered whatever we needed to assist. Sheriff Scott Walden did the same thing when we got out in Rogers County and knew we were out in Rogers County. A quick phone call, and there were deputies there in no time. Also, I contacted Sheriff Vic Rigolato at Tulsa County Sheriff's Office when we planned to do this massive search effort and needed airboats and other equipment that we don't have. He immediately sent, within 30 minutes, there was a deputy in the command post wanting to know where they should launch their airboats. So, great effort, monumental effort. I also would be remiss if I don't talk about and tell you what the DPS Commissioner, Scully, in a phone call conversation with him and Colonel Brent Sugg, they offered every support that they had from the state level. And OHP obviously launched their airboats as well, had equipment that we don't have, and had expertise in the waterways. And I can't tell you enough our partners at Tulsa Fire Department and what they did and what they were able to do using their search teams to navigate through the water. I saw them going into places that I didn't think was possible to go in, but they did in search of these children. You know, one of the things that I do is I constantly get lots of phone calls and encouragements from everyone within the community. I had a phone call from TPS Chief Matthias Wicks with their police department. And one of the things that he told me is, you know, Wendell, we're fathers first. We're parents first. At some point, this uniform is going to hang up somewhere. This badge is going to hang up somewhere, and I will not be a police officer. They can take our jobs away from us and take other things away from us, but the one thing they can't take away is the fact that if you're a parent, you're a parent. If you're a mother or father, you're a mother or father, and they can't take that away from you. So it was very humbling to be so involved in this investigation and to put forth all the effort that we did, and we did it because we're all parents, we're all sons and daughters, and that is what carries us through. So I want to thank everyone that's involved in this. I am happy that we're able to bring closure, and I know what that closure brings another chapter, and that is I know that all of you are wondering what we will do next, what are the next steps for us, and that's why I invited the Tulsa County District Attorney Steve Kunzweiler to come in and talk to you and let you guys know what the next steps are, and then we'll open it up for questions.
What up, Ron? What up, brother?
You know, whenever a child dies, we have the right to ask questions. How could this have happened? Why did this happen? What could have been done to prevent it from happening? Whenever a child dies, our emotions come readily to the surface. We become upset, we become dismayed, we become frustrated, we become angry. What do I know about young Miracle and TJ, whose last images were those of each other holding their hands? I'm confident of this. I'm confident that they're resting in the bosom of their Creator as innocent and as beautiful as when they lived. Cases which involve the possibility of criminal charges related to the death of a child are necessarily emotionally charged. That is natural. However, it's the duty of the district attorney's office to set aside the obvious emotions and to do the job for which we were hired to do. We must look at these cases, as we do with all cases, with an eye towards the objective facts. We must weigh those facts and apply them to the law. A decision to file charges is never taken lightly, and it will be no different in this case. As in all cases, a person who's been arrested and charged with a crime is presumed innocent. That presumption remains with that person until and unless a judge or a jury determines otherwise. That's a worthy protection which has held this country together for the past 2 centuries, and it's important to safeguard. My office has received hundreds of reports from the Tulsa Police Department that we are looking over at this moment. And my office will undertake our responsibility on this case, and we will do that with the professionalism that's expected. Thank you.
With that, I'll open it up for questions.
Just kind of hearing in your voice, you know, took this very seriously. How personal as a whole, you know, whole group standing 100 miles of waterway as you guys just take this for 6
Yeah, we did. And again, like I said earlier, we're all sons, daughters, mothers, and fathers. So we wanted to leave nothing unturned as we made this search. And, you know, we met as a group, the detectives, the major of the detective division.
Tina Powers asked me a question. She said, do I know that the father know yet? I'm sure he know by now. He was in denial that he was dead, but I'm pretty much sure he know by now.
Deputy Chief Larson, we all met and we said, what if we don't find him? What do we do next? And that was the biggest concern of mine, is what if we don't find him? Because there's always going to be that feeling in the back of your mind that you didn't bring closure, that they may be out there. So for us to locate them, I think that was nothing but God intervening and putting us in the right places. The Wagner County deputy that was out fishing while off duty, and seeing that, he was placed there for a reason. The crews, the USAR team that was launching from Rogers County there at 145th and 46th Street North, as they were launching, they went in there to launch a boat to do reconnaissance on whether or not they could launch that boat, and then made that discovery. So that's putting them in the right place.
Do you have a message for the community? I haven't seen something like this impact so many people.
Yeah, it's, you know, I know the community really got involved in this, and it has been a headline story for several days. I say, if you have little ones, you go home and you hug them. You go home and you play ball with them. You do whatever you can to be a good parent.
Yes, sir.
You don't take your eyes off of your children. Understand that you as a parent are there to ensure that individual grows up and becomes a thriving member of our society.
Facts.
That is the message that I have.
With this outcome, could the complaints and charges against the mother be upgraded?
Yeah. So here's the deal. Our community is grieving, and these two children deserve the attention that they deserve. They were innocent lives. Our last memory of them is two kids loving on each other. And I think I'd rather the focus be on those kids and let our community grieve for them appropriately. We'll deal with the other stuff as time comes forward, but you know, I've got a job to do. We're gonna review what the Tulsa Police Department has given to us. I'm not going to speculate on what, if any, charges are going to be filed, but the point is, you have a lot of people in this community, including yourself, that this has been a really trying time, and I echo what Chief Franklin just said. God was here with us and helping recover their bodies, and we need to pray for all those lost families who are out there. There's a lot of folks that have lost people in circumstances that nobody understands. You lose a child to cancer, you lose a child to an automobile accident, and those questions are why. And I think this is the time to pray and help our community grieve for these kids, and then at the appropriate time we'll do what our job requires us to do. But today is the day to be thankful, at least, that we've been able to recover these children, and we'll move on to the next chapter.
So has the case officially been turned over to the DA's office?
Yes. Several hundred pages. I've been in contact with my chief child abuse prosecutor. We're going to be spending probably the majority of this weekend looking over the reports and discerning what, if anything, we're going to do with that. And that's our job. And our job is to set aside all that emotion. I know it's sad, I know it's difficult, but it's not something that's unusual for our office. We'll move forward and we'll make whatever decision we're going to make at the appropriate time.
Steve, I really understand what you're saying about grieving. I think a lot of our community is grieving. But I think there are a lot of people out there who want justice, and they want it now. That's part of their grieving process. And I think that's why so many people are asking for more reps, more people to be held accountable.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can you give those
Y'all hit that thumbs up if you have it.
Sure. So, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, that's the point of why I started out my comments with that the emotions run high on these kind of cases, and that's the last thing that any law enforcement officer, any judge, or even prosecutor needs to be focused on is this rush to judgment. We're going to look at these things the way we're supposed to look at these things. My duty, my obligation is to review anything that's turned over to my office with an eye towards are there facts there to support a charge, and do I have a reasonable expectation that I could be successful in front of a judge or a jury using it beyond a reasonable doubt standard. So I get it, I understand it, but people are angry, people are upset, people are dismayed, people are sad, and those aren't the types of times that anybody should be making any kind of a snap decision. Whenever, as I told you yesterday, whenever we put pen to paper and charge somebody with a crime, that alters that person's trajectory for the rest of their life. And so I take that responsibility very seriously, and we're going to do that job. And I want to get everybody back to this point of this is a time to deal with grief for these children. Let our community try and heal as best we can. Well, as I had indicated before, we're going to look at every case individually. People can have a lot of different opinions about what somebody should be charged with, or if other people ought to be involved. And I'll leave that up to law enforcement as far as what they want to refer to us, and then that's our responsibility to make any decision based upon what they give us. So we're going to stick with the tried and true formula. It's always worked. As a prosecutor, you're supposed to look at things independently and objectively, and not influenced by the anger that the public might have.
Chief, if I could ask you a question. A lot of people have come out around the fence line where these two kids were seen missing, and they've taken it upon themselves to put up a gate and some chicken wire at times. What's your reaction to their willingness to try and create a safer area for other kids who live in that complex?
Well, I understand their thought process. I understand their heart. The reason that there's no gate there, again, I've talked to our city sewer department, city water department about the why. And again, that area is a man-made area. It is made to allow the storm waters to flow from all of our homes, all of our streets, all of our roadways into a singular area and be washed out towards the river. As part of that, they recognize and understand that there is a potential for someone to go into the water, and those steps are there, and the openings are there to allow people an avenue out if they are able to get out. They need to have that avenue. If there were to be a gate that's placed over that, I would think that would be a little bit difficult for a person to navigate. I don't know if you've been down in those areas, but the incline's very steep, and as you come up those man-made stairs that are built into the embankment, it would be difficult to swing a gate, whether it's inside or outside, towards you or away from you, to exit that area. So that's my understanding why there are no gates. Again, it's been there for many, many years. And if you live over there, if you live anywhere near the water, then you've got to understand that danger is there. And it's up to us as parents to ensure that our children are safe. If you have a swimming pool, you don't let a child run wild in a backyard without parental supervision.
Yep.
When there's a swimming
I said that. Yep.
This
He's
is
absolutely right. Any water around, there should be supervision. Any water around.
There's been some back and forth on whether mom was asleep or passed out. I heard the report said passed out. Some said asleep. Do you know for certain either or?
No, I don't think we know for certain either or. Obviously, this information and our investigation is based on what people are telling us. So I don't know whether or not she was passed out or asleep. Again, if you're the sole responsible person.
Oh yeah, I've got to mention that too. I did see something where they claimed that the woman was passed out drunk on the couch, and that's how these kids got out. So I heard that, but well, like you said, he don't know for sure, but I guess detail will come out later about that.
Person for your children, you cannot just leave them unattended. We've had cases of this in the past where parents were passed out and a child was on a floor furnace. So again, this is no different than that.
Community's obviously grieving over this. What can you do to prevent this from ever happening again as a community?
I think as a community, we have to band together. We have to look at those. Again, there were people that saw these children alone playing, and I think we have to question why.
This is what he said. There was people who saw these children alone playing. Y'all remember I said that? You mean to tell me in an apartment complex, nobody see these children alone? Nobody see these children walking down there to the embankment? And in some apartments, you're going to always see somebody sitting outside or somebody hanging out, regardless of what color. Somebody's going to be hanging out. And nobody saw nothing. But according to him, some people did see them. But they didn't do anything.
In the back of our head, trigger and say, you know, I've got things to do, but that's not right that these kids are alone by themselves. I'm going to either watch them or I'm going to call law enforcement to check on these children. You know, if you see that, then...
But like a lot of people say, them ain't my damn kids. They ain't my damn kids, fuck them. And a lot of them say, hey, it ain't my obligation. Which, if you look in reality sense, you know, no, it's not their kids and they're not obligated to do that. But damn though, you know, y'all know these kids defenseless. They don't have the mindset to know what the hell they doing, and you still will watch them and just let them go and not even call the law enforcement anything. Man. But because it ain't happening to their kids, they don't give a fuck. But when it happened to their kids, then the same thing that I'm saying right now, they gonna start saying it. All you motherfuckers out here, ain't nobody seen nothing. But wait a minute though, you just saw somebody else's kids went missing and you ain't do a damn thing, you know? So this shit work both ways. You trying to get respect in that department. It works both ways. You can't sit up here and say fuck somebody else's kids, but when it come to your kids, you want people to treat you a certain kind of way. No, the shit don't work like that. You know, if we're gonna come together as a neighborhood, we're gonna come together as a village or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it works all around the clock. Amen.
Don't hesitate to contact us. If you see that, don't hesitate to contact the DHS or whatever other service that's out there that can.
Okay, Beverly, thank you.
You know, with these type cases.
Hey, Aisha, what's going on?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. Again, to catch people up who don't know what's going on, you know, the babies' bodies have been identified as Tony and Miracle Crook. They was reported last Friday as missing. When they became missing, they was in the mom's care. And for those who heard the news clip that I played, one of the ladies, I believe she was a family member, came to the mom and was trying to speak to the children. But she said that the mom told her, fuck those kids. I don't have any kids. Let me repeat that again. She said the mom told her, fuck those kids. I don't have any kids. And, you know, again, they were reported missing last Friday. And their bodies have been found yesterday or weeks later. And as we know now, the mom is in jail. Her lawyer is trying to get her bond reduced, which I don't understand how that works or why they even considering giving her a bond. But I'm finna call somebody on the phone right now that make it give us an understanding why they even considering a bond. So hold on, give me a minute. Cause I don't know how the law works. Maybe she could tell me how this shit works. Yeah, what's going on?
What's up?
All right, so help us understand something. You know, you hear the story, what's going on, and everything, and this, that, and the third. So why are they even considering giving this person a bond? How does this work? Why are they even considering giving her a bond?
We'll do this in my law professor voice.
Okay.
The rules of criminal procedure dictate that every defendant is guilty until proven innocent and thereby entitled to a reasonable bond to secure their
Wait, don't you
release.
mean innocent to prove guilty?
That's what they said. That's what the book that the people read out of.
But you just said guilty. You just said guilty to prove innocent.
No, you're innocent until proven guilty, and every defendant is entitled to a reasonable bond. Is what the 9 motherfuckers in them dresses of the Supreme Court says.
So even when they hit her with this neglect and all this shit, and including with the cousin or grandma, whoever this was, say that she told her, "Fuck them kids, I ain't got no kids." I mean, they would still consider this woman a bond.
It doesn't matter. All that goes to evidence, toward her conviction. It doesn't matter what you are arrested for, unless you're arrested for a capital, horrible crime. And even then, they give you a bond. It just be some bond that you can't make. Every defendant in a criminal case has to get a bond unless they are remanded for being a flight risk in another jurisdiction.
Wow.
Why your ass always want to call me with the criminal shit?
Because every time you get on the show, you talk about you did.
Never call me one day when we have a discussion about the stock market and forex trade. You don't want to call me back to jail.
Because you know what? Because every time you go on the show, you always talk about some fuck shit that you did. So who will understand this more better than you, as far as anybody I know? So you will understand this better, considering you done fuck shit where you ain't done nothing to this extent, but still, you know about this more than I do.
Oh no, I never do nothing to no children. Now some grown motherfuckers can get this action, and I'll walk myself to the jailhouse and turn myself in.
Okay.
What's his name? Samuel Jackson. Yes, I killed them, and they deserve to burn in hell. Yes.
Right.
But you don't fuck with no kids, no kind of way.
So, can you explain why they considering lowering her bond?
No, I don't know how. Other than the fact that I don't know. I don't know that one. I cannot answer that, and I'm not going to speculate. Because normally the bond will be increased. Now these children are dead.
That's normally, what I thought.
What should have happened is the kids went missing. We can't find these children. We think they were in the water. Oh, come on, let's go to jail here. We finna charge your ass with child abuse and neglect.
Okay.
Then once they found the children's bodies, oh, come on up here to this front part of this jail. We need to re-fingerprint you because you're now being charged with murder in addition to your child abuse and neglect. That's what should have went on. But,
Let me ask you this. It says that she didn't have custody of these children. I think the auntie had custody of these children.
Auntie ass need to go up there too.
That's I'll just finna ask you that. Okay.
They share this noodle together because if she didn't have custody, what the fuck was they doing over there?
That's my question to you. Is it possible that the auntie could get in trouble?
Yes, it's possible that the auntie is going to get in trouble for that because, auntie, we gave you custody for a reason because we didn't want the kids with this bitch. And you took them back over there and gave them back to her, yeah.
Wow.
That happens a lot, though. Unbelievably, it's a lot of times when defects take some kids and give them to another family member, and that family member give them kids right back to the ain't shit person, and then some shit jump off and they start to look stupid.
So I want to know, and I hope this does come out later in the story. If the kids were supposed to be around the mom, was it supposed to be supervised visits?
Probably, because that's how it usually goes. In most cases, when the children are taken, let me tell you first of all, and everybody watching.
No, you gotta do like me. You gotta do like me.
This by now.
You gotta do like me. Say, here's my thing.
Here's my thing. It takes a hell of a whole lot, obviously, for defects to even take your motherfucking kids in the first place.
So I hear.
So for them to have taken these children and given them to somebody else lets us know that this bitch done horribly fucked up at one point in time before this. Because any other time, they don't give a fuck what's going on. As long as you got bare minimum of food, clothing, and shelter for your kids, they'll let you keep them and give you some classes and some counseling and all sorts of bullshit. Bitch, what did you do for them to take the motherfucking kids and give them to your auntie in the first place?
I don't know if you heard the last show, but right at the end, I read a comment where somebody said she did get hit with neglect before. So this ain't her first rodeo. So you own something.
I know plenty of people who got hit with neglect before, and the folks don't take their children no longer. Fuck it, it ain't like that hoe gonna listen to your show no way. Y'all, and he'll tell y'all, it ain't been 30 days since I just had some little children at my house because the mammy did some fuck shit back on 420 and defects got called, and defects didn't take her children from her. They let them come over here and spend the weekend with me while she cleaned the fucking house up.
Oh yeah, tell him about that.
Okay, I got some little adopted grandchildren.
Hey, hit that thumbs up, guys. Hit that thumbs up.
I children to keep their legs shut till it was time. But I took this local, here, watch Chris fall like a chair, y'all. I took this local Bonquisha under her wing. And Bonquisha over there trapping out the house with the babies and going in shootouts and all kinds of ridiculous ass shit. I have had this girl's children at least 5 times in the last 3 years. Defects has never taken custody from this bitch. All they do is every time they catch her doing some fuck shit, since I'm the only person she knows that can be vetted past whatever bullshit standards they have, the children end up in my damn house. They'll give her a couple of days to just clean up the house and go to a little parenting class, do whatever the fuck she's supposed to do, and then the social media, you can return Miss So-and-so's children now. I told the caseworker last time, I said, damn, how many times y'all gonna do this shit? Because eventually, something gonna happen to one of these kids, and I'm gonna end up having to kill this bitch, her boyfriend, or the weekend, whoever else over there, because y'all keep going up in there knowing the shit fucked up and giving them back to her. The supervisors tell me that they have to go by whatever the thing says, as long as the children aren't grievously injured, and she can prove that she can provide the bare minimum in food, clothing, and shelter, they just gonna give us some resources. And I told that bitch, I said, y'all ain't giving her the resources she need when something happens to one of these children and I lose my shit on this hoe. Because I done told her to her face, I said, girl, you a mama now. You can't be a hoe no more except for nights and weekends after 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta respect these kids if you ain't gonna respect yourself.
Amen.
It's been plenty of times I pull up on this bitch. I ain't gonna be ashamed about it. I used to buy weed from the hoe. I stopped buying weed from her when I seen she wasn't taking care of her kids. What the fuck I'm gonna give you my money for and you ain't doing shit with it?
Mm-hmm.
I pull up on her. The kid, Gigi, I want to go with you. I don't want to be here with you. Come on, get in. She don't see her kid for a week or 2. She don't call, check on it, don't do shit, don't care. Just be happy to get rid of it. Chris tell you, Chris called one night, where your little grandbaby at? I said, I took that motherfucker home. Because this ain't no orphanage. And my kindness is being used for weakness. He'll tell you, me and him talking on the phone, little baby going around my house, hitting folks, calling them bitches and hoes and singing trap music. So, back to the situation at hand. Fuck all of that. We don't know what Santa did to them kids for them to actually take them and give them to the auntie. But we know it has to be fucked up because CPS don't take no motherfucking children. They don't care. The kids could have been in her house sleeping on the floor, eating a noodle a day, and sharing one T-shirt as long as with no blood in the floor, no broken bones, and nobody said nobody molested them.
Jesus
The kids gonna be
Christ.
right there with her ass. So
Jesus
I want to know
Christ.
what she did to get them took.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Happy birthday, Steph. She said, hey Chris, thanks for the update. They been on my heart heavy, which made today tough because it's my birthday. And they passed on my daughter's birthday, just knowing they won't see their next birthday. Oh, that is sad. Well, happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday. Try to enjoy it if you can. You know, woo, man. So this woman constantly get doing fuck shit, and you gotta take care of the children. And once she get through going through these courses that she don't really give a fuck about for what we gathering, you gotta take the kids right back to her.
That's how it usually goes. And in certain circumstances, they don't even take the kids from the folks. They let you keep your kids, and then they just come to the house and you go to the classes and all those shit. The folks don't give a fuck for real, for real. A defects worker told me one time that, realistically speaking, the system don't want your kids. They ain't got nowhere to put them. Because if they put them somewhere, they have to be responsible for them, and they don't want that. They rather give you some shit, send you on your way, and hope for the best. They take thousands of children in. Now they got to provide food, clothing, shelter, education, resources, and everything else to these kids.
But see,
what could potentially be years.
But see, I don't get this shit because anybody can make a false call and they'll be on your ass, and some people do lose their children because people making bullshit ass calls. But you going through this shit for real and provided proof that you going in for real, there ain't shit happening to her.
Well, see, even the people who lose their children, they lose their children either because it was really some shit going on and they ain't telling the whole story, or they just got funky with the people. You don't cuss out a bitch that's coming to your house that has the power to take your children. You be nice as pattern. Yes, Sally, yes, here's my pantry, and here's my so, and this is where the children sleep. So the folks say, yeah, what the fuck? You come to my motherfucking house for blah, 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 blah. You know, even when I know I ain't done nothing wrong. Yes, Sally, come on in, look around. I ain't got shit to hide. What you gonna gain by being irate with a defects working and you did shit wrong?
Right.
What you gain by being irate with anybody if you feel like you ain't do this shit wrong? Stand on this shit, whatever you did or whatever you said. We all know I had defects called on me. Ain't my children still here? And that ain't because I'm over here on no bullshit. It was because people came, so-and-so said you did X, Y, Z. Well, I didn't. Come on in, do y'all checks. How you doing? You want a water bottle? Need me to sign something? Thank you for coming.
Well, that's crazy. Crazy. All right, dear heart, appreciate you talking and speaking on these points about this, and we're gonna see what happened, what this Bonquisha has done to get herself in the position that she in, and is she gonna get bond or not? But other than that, though, I'll call you after the show.
And as always, Chris, it is an absolute pleasure to be on your show and be a member of this fine organization while we just champion for the rights of children. And this is Get Up Nancy Grace signing off. I'm fixing to go outside and smoke marijuana and throw rocks in the duck pond. So sundown.
All right, bye, man. Bye. All right, y'all. That was Spencer, of course. That was Spencer. Y'all recognize the voice. And, hey, as always, we should come on the show. Nothing but straight facts. Nothing but straight facts that she speak on. But it's just a motherfucker ridiculous, though, that, and she's right about that because I've seen it. I hear the kids, she got to get this girl kids and watch her kids while the girl out there fucking up. And she got to go do these courses over and over again. Just to come back, she got to get the kids back, and the woman turn around and do that same shit again. And defects just overlook this, really? Y'all don't see that this woman is not a fit parent when she's constantly doing the same damn thing. And defects don't look at that and say, hold on, bitch, you just can't get right. Why would you even give your children back? But just like she said though, because really, the system don't want to deal with your children. They don't. So they don't see blood and all this shit she said, then why are we gonna even fool with them? But then that's why we come back later and find these children dead, because you keep putting them back in danger. When you got them out of danger, you put them back in danger. And again, I just hate that innocent people get caught in the crossfire of CPS because people making bullshit calls to be malice. And innocent people get fucked with because people who don't like them fuck with them and make these false ass calls. And they don't even tell you who made the false calls, which I guess I can understand. They gotta keep them protected so you won't go over there and fuck them up for making a false call. I get that part. But damn, I feel like this though. If they can pick up the phone and make a false call towards y'all, waste your time, yeah, I think you should be like, hey, here's the motherfucker they called. But a lot of people get away with this shit. They think it's funny. And they do a lot of this shit out of spite. And that's why a lot of these kids never have a chance in the world. Because they get away with this shit. And it's a motherfucking ridiculous. A motherfucking ridiculous that this shit is allowed to continue to go on. It is. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for joining me for this update. I want to try to keep on this story as much as possible because I'm with Spencer now. I want to know exactly what all the mom did for her to get in the position that she's in. What all did she do? And at this point, do she even deserve a bond or even deserve for her bond to be lowered? Because remember, I ain't got no kids. Fuck them kids. And then we need to find out what's going to happen to the auntie that left the kids with this woman unsupervised. We want to find out what's going to happen with her if she's going to get in trouble. I think there's a lot of questions that need to be asked in this story as well. There's a lot of questions that need to be asked. And most of them going to say, why? Anyway, guys, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.